Sometimes you meet people on your path that you're not quite ready for, people who will change your life and you don't even know it. 13 years ago, I met a praying woman. She was from the country of Liberia, and by fate, I was brought to this woman. I had no idea who she was, but I knew the people that I was with, they really respected her. When we went to her house, they brought a lot of food. We drove a long distance to see her, and it was a very big deal. So when we get to this woman's house, the first thing I see is this beautiful woman dressed in traditional regalia, and she looked at me and she said, "Who brought this girl?" And of course they pointed out the person. And then she goes, "Ah." And I knew in that moment that she was similar to me, that she had some kind of spiritual gift. So everybody goes one by one to her table, as she calls them. Of course, I was dead last when she called me. And the first thing she said out of her mouth was, "You're like me." And I said, "Oh, okay." And she goes, "Oh, you don't know who I am." But everybody at the table had their mouth to the floor when they heard her say, I was like her. So she tells me the story of how her country was at war for 10 years. And during that time, she saved 17,000 people from dying through the power of prayer, meditation, and fasting. And she told me my gift would take me all over the world and I would never have to worry about being hungry or homeless or any of that stuff because God would provide. And then she kept saying, "Trust God, trust God, trust God." I really didn't understand anything she was saying to me at that time. She just finally gave up, actually. And she just said, "Just trust God. You'll see what I'm talking about." So, of course, it wasn't until years later that I really understood what she was saying, was that she had created a force field around her property through the power of prayer, meditation, and fasting, that no matter who or what came to her property, they were safe. So as violence and atrocity is happening all around her, she created this magnetic force around her property so people could come in and out freely and they were never killed. This is why she was revered, because people probably saw powers that they had never seen. Things stopping right in front of her house, soldiers just getting weird feelings and leaving. She created a force field of safety. I want you to think about that. I love you.